Hello serious, welcome back to the same network, Study Abroad Made Easy with valeenovarah. If you're new here, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already. Hit the subscribe button and turn your post notifications bell on so you're the first to get notified whenever I upload a video. So in today's video, I'm going to practically be giving my first impression, or is that what is called? I don't know. Yeah, my first impression, or basically my review of the Masters in Cybersecurity curriculum at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. The reason why I'm making this video is because when I was taking the program, there were certain mistakes that I made, and there were certain things that I should have done that I didn't do. And I feel like it's important to just review the curriculum and give my own experience, my input, my opinion on the curriculum, and just sort of advise anyone who's considering taking the cybersecurity master's program at UAB. If this video is what you're looking for, if you're looking into getting into cybersecurity, whether at UAB or any university as it were, whether you're an aspiring or current international student or anyone in general, then please watch this video in full, because you never know where you'd find that answer that you have been looking for. And if you haven't subscribed, please ensure you subscribe and follow us on all of our social media platforms as well. Then I think I'll just go ahead to screen record my screen record so we can do this together. So this is my screen right now. I'm at the Department of Computer Science at the University of Alabama at Birmingham, UAB's website. So I'm just here. I just pretty much went to the program that I'm interested in. So here you can see that, so you can see the part home, graduate programs, masters in cybersecurity, and the admissions checklist. So here you can see the admissions checklist. So if you're looking to come in here, the spring admission, the deadline is November 1, as you can see here. The summer admission, the deadline is March 1 for the master's program, of course, and the fall admission, the deadline is June 1. So if you're still interested, you want to apply to the school, you still have time, so you can go ahead to apply. Then the graduate school application process checklist, you can see that for domestic students, you're going to be paying $50 as the application fee. For international students, you're going to pay $60. We're not going to focus deeply into the requirements in terms of application, checklist, and whatnot. My focus is on the courses, the curriculum itself. So this is the curriculum page. So here you can see this is the cybersecurity, this is the overview, faculty, MS. So if you wanted to check out the faculty, you can click on this tab and it should take you directly to the faculty for the program. Okay, but let's just take a look at the overview. You see the program information. So like I said in my video where I talked about like my journey to cybersecurity, I mentioned that the program was formerly called Computer Forensics and Security Management before it was changed to cybersecurity. So that's pretty much what you're seeing there. Then the admission requirements, they said GRE is not required. This video is not supposed to focus on the requirements and whatnot, but yeah, GRE is not required to apply, okay? And they said applicants whose native language is not English are required to take either the TOEFL or the IELTS and score 80 or higher on the TOEFL or 6.5 or higher on the IELTS. So you can see that if you're from Nigeria or an English-speaking country, TOEFL is already waived for you, and GRE is also not required. So all you need to do is apply. So that's pretty much it. And I know that if you are a part of my Study Abroad Masterclass, you already know that I shared with you people how you can get your application fee waived for let's say any university that's not even waiving application fee. If you're interested, you can sign up for the Study Abroad Masterclass. The link is in the description down below, or you can send me an email or send me a message on Instagram at @the_same_network, and we will tell you the process. So let's take a look at the requirements. But here it says that students seeking admission to the program who lack a background in computer science but meet the remaining minimum requirements for admission may be admitted contingent on them completing a set of prerequisite courses or their equivalents. That may include the following. In bracket, the program directors may require some courses in addition to the ones listed below, depending upon the student's specific background. So if you don't have a background in computer science, you can apply for this program. That's pretty much what they are saying. But for you to be admitted, you need to take some prerequisite courses that would prepare you for the cybersecurity program itself. So some of the requirements, these are the requirements that we are talking about. You're going to take CS103, and that's the Introduction to Computer Science in Python. I had a friend who did cybersecurity master's program with me. She's not an international student. She's an American, but she had a background in like biology or so she had to go this path. So she took the prerequisite courses at the same time, and when she was done, she continued with the cybersecurity project. And as we speak, she's currently a forensic examiner or something. So she's doing well. So that means that even though you don't have that background, you can be able to take on the program yourself. So you're going to take the CS103 and the CS103 Lab. So it comes with a lab. So it's pretty much the same course. Each course has a lab if it's a practical course, so you can practice what you've been taught. These are the things that we're missing in most of the African countries back home. Then you're going to take CS203, which is object-oriented programming, and the lab of that course as well. So the OOP lab, you're going to take it as well. And you're also going to take systems programming and the systems programming lab. So this is pretty much, the prerequisite for you to, journey into cybersecurity master's program at the University of Alabama. So this is pretty much it. Then there's this other requirement, the CJ230, but I don't think I'm interested in that one. So let's go ahead to the master's, the curriculum itself, because that's what this video is mainly focused on. So let's talk about it. I'll tell you the courses that you should take first and the courses that you should take after that course, and why you should make that decision, and basically explain to you what each of these courses have to offer if there's time to do so. If you've been enjoying this video so far, please ensure to subscribe, like, and comment, and share with your friends so that they can also benefit from the video. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well. So now, the Masters in Cybersecurity program requires a total of 30 semester hours for the degree, okay? And they are organized into one. The first part is 15 hours of required core courses. So you have 15 hours of required core courses, and you also have 9 to 12 hours of coursework following a standard option of one of the 2 tracks of specialization. So you can decide to take a specialization. So you have 9 to 12 hours of coursework. So that coursework, you need to follow the specialization that you want. For me, my concentration was in cybercrime investigation. So for other people, it might be something else, so you need to choose that track for yourself. And then 3 to 6 hours of electives from an approved list of relevant courses. So this is how the cybersecurity program is structured at UAB. You have 15 hours of required core courses. You have 9 to 12 hours of coursework, and then you have 3 to 6 hours of electives. So you're going to take some electives. Remember in my video where I talked about my journey, my transcript video when I was unveiling like my grade, I took fraud examination. That was an elective for me, but I had to take it because of my concentration, which was cybercrime investigation. I felt like it was somewhat like very important for my concentration, which was my track. So based on your track, there are some electives that you must take to for the cybersecurity program. So these are the core courses here. So we have so if you see, the total here is 15, so it's very required. So you must take these courses, and I can tell you for a fact that I took all these courses. So one of them is the networking course. You have the network laboratory, which is also like this networking course. So it's part of it. That's why you see that it's 0 here, because it's the lab for this course. Then you have the network security course. It's core, and you also have the network security laboratory, which is why it's 0 right here. Then you have the computer security course. The computer security, if you're going to maybe after graduation, you're thinking of going into like digital media forensic as examiner, malware analyst, all those kind of roles, then this course is very important for you. But regardless, everybody in the cybersecurity field or course or program will take this course because it's a required course. Then you're taking the cyber risk management. This is where they will teach you things about like compliance, the different frameworks, like the NIST framework. You get to learn about that, but that is an online course. And then you're either going to take the cyber risk management course or the information security management course. So you're it's either or for the two of them. I took cyber risk management because they were not offering information security during my time. So I don't know if during your time they might be offering information security management and not the cyber risk management, but whatever happens, you are going to be choosing one out of those two courses. And the last required course is the computer forensics course, which is also a 3-credit course. And by the time you total all these courses together, you have the total hours as 15, which is the 15 required core courses that you need to take from for the cybersecurity program. So if you go down, so in addition to completing the 5 core courses, which is worth the 15 credit hours, students by default may choose 3 courses worth 9 credit hours from the following list of approved courses in cybersecurity. Remember that you need to choose a track. So depending on your track, you need to choose 9 credit hours based on the track that you are choosing. So let me share with you the tracks that they have here. So you can see that they have cybersecurity centric courses. So this is one track. There's the cybercrime investigations track. This is the track that I chose. And then there's the IT audit and fraud examination track. Okay, this is the other track. It wasn't entirely my track, but I needed to take some courses in that track. So you can mix or match. I only chose one course outside of my track because I needed it. So we have 3 tracks. So you need to choose 9 credit hours from this track. So for my cybercrime investigations track, you have to take investigating online crimes, you have to take digital media forensics, and you have to take law evidence and procedure. So you need to take these courses if your concentration or your track is the cyber crime investigations track. But if your concentration or your track is the cyber security centric courses, these are like core courses, like when you hear cybersecurity. If you're more of the person into programming, you like, application programming is your thing, you like playing around with coding, then this might be something you will find interesting. So one of the courses is modern cryptography. I did not have any business with this course. That's why I'm saying that I didn't know certain things when I started, because at the time I wasn't even, I didn't even understand the tracks very well. I didn't know which was which, because if you look closely, you see that this is the cyber security centric courses, and I didn't need it, because if you check my cyber crime investigations track, I already had like 333, which is 9, and then 2 elective courses. If I take the 2 elective courses, that would be 6, which would total 15. And if you total this 15 from this cybercrime investigations track with the required courses here, which is also 15, that gives me the 30 semester credit hours required to get my master's in cybersecurity. So that's why I'm saying that it's important that you know what track you are taking. So if you're coming to UAB for the cybersecurity program, look through the curriculum. Which of the tracks are you going for? And when you're registering for courses, register for those courses. But my challenge at the time was I had deferred my admission from fall to spring. And the way the American educational system works, if you want me to make a video about how the US educational system works, please let me know. I'll make that video so you understand, especially in terms of like the semesters, the grading system, the teaching system, the teaching approach, and the note-taking approach, everything, the professor approach. Just let me know. I'll make that video so you understand. There's a lot that goes into this process. So when I deferred my admission to spring, and I started in spring, there were some courses that are only only taught in spring, and there are some courses that are only taught in fall. So by the time I started in spring, the courses that were taught in fall, I could no longer take them. So it's not flexible in a way. Does that make sense? So if there was a course you're interested in, like in your track, let me even bust your bubble. I am taking this cybercrime investigations track, right? I did not take this investigating online crimes. The reason was because they took it in fall. I didn't start in fall. They took this course in fall, and I started in spring. By spring, it was not offered. By the next fall, I had other courses that I needed to take, so I couldn't even take that course because I took the Python course because it was a prerequisite, and I realized that I needed it for most of my other courses. So I was even taking this investigating online crimes, which made my coursework 4 courses, and it was just too much, so I had to let one go. And I knew that if I didn't take my introduction to Python during that semester, it was going to be hard for me to move on with the other my other courses, because Python was mostly as in the preferred language, in the cybersecurity program. So I had to drop my investigating online crimes for in the fall of 2019, and I graduated. When I graduate, I couldn't even take it again. So that's why it's important that even when you start, your semester start date plays a role in the kind of in your degree and even the courses that you might see available. So at that springtime, modern cryptography was available, so I had to choose modern cryptography. The other courses that I could have taken in my field were not available because they were already offered in fall. Does that make sense? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but if you don't understand, let me know in the comments and I would explain further. Okay, so that is what my cybercrime investigations track looked like. Okay, so now let's move on. You see that these are the 3 courses based on track, and you also need to choose 2 CS electives at the 500 plus level or 600 plus level. 600 plus is like PhD, 500 plus is like master. So you need to understand these things. So if you're going for the IT audit fraud examination track, this is what you need. You need to take information technology auditing. That's 3 hours. Then you need to take fraud examination. Remember, I took fraud examination even though this wasn't my track, but because I needed it. So it would have made more sense for me to like play around with my cybercrime investigations track and my IT audit fraud examination track rather than with this approved cybersecurity centric courses, because I'm not really like I don't really like programming like that. I do know how to program, I know how to code, but it's not really like my forte, if that makes sense. So if you're more of a programmer, this would be your thing. Like the blockchain and cryptography, I didn't do that. I didn't take the course because, again, it wasn't in my track, but some people did. But I took cloud security because it's important, it's relevant. That's why I took it. So you need to take fraud examination. You need to take legal elements of fraud investigation. So these are the 3 that will make up the 9. Remember, you need to take 9, in the track that you're going for. And you also need to take 2 electives, okay? The 2 electives will be either, like from this place, they said the 2 electives can be 3 to 6 hours of electives. So that's why they said here, in addition to the 9 credit hours that you're taking based on your track, you need additional 3 to 6 hours credit, course to take. Okay, so you can take, and they even listed out the courses that you can take here. For the IT audit or fraud examination track, they listed out the courses that you can take, but for the cybercrime investigations track, you can see that they did not list it out, which now gives you the flexibility to choose, which was why I did modern cryptography and I did fraud examination. There wasn't really an option for me. You can take anything because they didn't make it like mandatory. But for here, you have to take cyber attacks and threat mitigation, and you also need to take incident response and business continuity. So what my advice, okay, so remember they said you can take, for the cybercrime, you can take 2 electives at the 500 or 600 level. So these are the levels here. So these are the 500 level courses. So you have the options here. So if you click on each one, you see what the courses are. You can take these courses are. You can take this database application development. My friend, I think, what's his name again? Kola took this course. You can take this course, software engineering. You can take software engineering. Oh, this is the lab for the software engineering. You can take this CS533, which is the operating systems. You can take this this is the lab, and then you can take CS555, this is probability and statistics in computer science. You can take 591, special topics in computer science. You can take 592, special topics. You can take 597. This is competitive programming techniques. So if you are more into the programming space, you can take that. Then you can take CS598. This is a practical work. So in the 600 level, there are a lot of courses. You have the parallel computing, you have the cloud computing, which I did take in my summer, and you have the network programming, you have the algorithms in bioinformatics. I think I should make a different video on bioinformatics mathematics really, because I have so much to say about that program and some things that you might be interested in. You have the computer graphics, you have the geometric, so there are a lot of, so you can choose from all these courses here in this 600 level area, and you can choose from all these courses here in the 500 level area as well. So what should you take out from this video? You need to understand that the semester you choose will play a role in the courses that will be available for you to take part-time, depending on your concentration. And it might also play a role in how much you struggle during the cybersecurity program. Then also, the track you take also plays a role, because if you choose a track, and even if you start in fall or start in spring, and there are some courses not available, or a professor is changed or a professor resigns, it might also be an issue. But these are things that you don't have control over. The ones you have control over is the semester that you can start, and the the track that you can take. You have control over that one. But for me, I didn't have control over the professor that resigned, and somebody else had to take on the course, and so it made it really challenging for me. And I didn't also understand, I didn't have a lot of understanding at the time, so I was making the wrong choices in terms of courses that I was taking, and I didn't know what that course entailed. For instance, this modern cryptography, what does it really entail? I didn't know that there was a lot of like coding. It was coding, and I'm not just saying coding, it had a lot of readings too. Like, I'm telling you, textbooks that were like, let me show you an example so you understand. So the textbooks that I was reading for this course alone, I'm sure this is not the textbooks I used, but they were more than this. They were hefty. They had like, each class had like 300 slides, so it was too much for you to start with in your first semester. So for your first semester, you want to ask questions. What courses should I take? What is this professor like? Even when you reach out to your course advisor, and then he sends you an email saying take this course, take that course, it should not end there. If you can, go and meet the professor that is taking that course, have a conversation with that professor, find out the level or the amount of programming that is required. If you're someone who's not like a programmer, find out what the course really entails, because here you can see that it says theory and practices of modern cryptographic techniques, secret key. I enjoy cryptography, to be honest. It was very fascinating for me. I enjoyed the coding, I enjoyed the whole process. So I just felt like it wasn't the right course for my first semester, if that makes sense. And also maybe because I was dealing with so much, I was like homeless, I was going through so much trauma, like from my roommate, so it was really hard to adjust, and I was adjusting to a new country. Come on now, it was just too much. So you need to know that when you start your first semester, let your course advisor know that, hello sir, my name is Valeen, I am from Nigeria, and this is my first semester in the cybersecurity master's program. I want to find out from you what courses I should take for this semester, and I would really appreciate it if you can recommend courses that are not so tasking, because it's my first semester, so that it gives me time to adjust to the system and also adjust to the coursework as well. Thank you and have a great day. That is something you want to do. For me, I just went and said, oh, what courses am I taking? I wasn't really interested in like, what are these courses like, and how would it help me to adjust to the system, being that I'm a new student. I'm not just a new student, I'm an international student, so everything is going to be strange, and you're dealing with all of this things, the culture shock, the whatever challenges you might face. For instance, mine was very unhealthy. It started very bad for me, so it might not be the same way for you. But the truth is, regardless of that bad situation that might happen to you, for my situation was me, my roommate crisis, you are also dealing with culture shock. You're dealing with a new educational system. You're dealing with new professors. You're dealing with new coursework. You're dealing with so many things at the same. You're lonely. Your family is not here. Everything will just be overwhelming. So you want to know that this is the course for you. And even if you're not an international student, you need to know. You need to know what courses you should take, because maybe this is your master's program. Maybe you had stayed away from school for years, and this is like your next school time after years of leaving school. Or even if you just graduated, it's a master's program, so things are different. They will not spoon feed you. So because they're not spoon feeding you, you want to know that you're making the right decision and at the right time. I'll make a different video to just share with you the tips and tricks that you can use to excel and navigate and adjust to the educational system here, because I feel like if I do so in this video, it will become very long, and I don't want it to be that way. So yes guys, this is the end of this video. I wanted to make this video because, you know, this is I had the experience from UAB, and I feel it's time I just gave my opinion. And there are things I was going to talk about, like, you know, what I think about the curriculum. What I think about the curriculum is that there are some things that they need to add. There are some, when I was applying for jobs, there were some skills that they were asking for that the Masters in Cybersecurity program did not provide, you know, did not give to me. So I'm self-learning those skills myself. So they should introduce them into the program so that you don't step out of the program and you're still, you know, lacking some necessary skills that will enable you get a job. Okay, so yeah, so that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. If you have more questions from this video, also let me know. I'll make a different video to answer those questions, or if not, I can reply to those questions, answer them in the comments as well. But yeah, this is where it ends. If you have more questions related how to get into cybersecurity or anything cybersecurity related, just ask them in the comments down below. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, and until then, I remain valeenovarah, and I hope why am I forgetting the, you know, you guys, I have said this over and over again that I shouldn't be forgetting it. So let's start all over again. Until I see you again in my next video, I remain valeenovarah, and I pledge to never give up, and I hope that you do the same. Bye, guys. I got it. Bye.